Whoa, wait a minute. We're on episode 4?
Is this episode 4? Are you actually keeping track?
I lose count. Like, I don't know how to count past 2. That's the thing. So.
Oh, okay. That's a problem.
It is. That's what happens when you have Polish ancestors giving you a brain that pretty much is equivalent to that of a rat.
Well, that's a thing.
Well, aside from Monoxide being racist to himself.
Hey, I'm allowed to be, but before we continue, I've got to do my usual storyline of the week. Oh boy, this is going to be great.
But first, guys, hola, I am.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm here too, Kristen.
The Mexican and her.
The Mexican and a white girl.
It's her. It's not no white girl, just her. Anyway.
Just her.
All right, so this storyline that I actually came up with like back in 2006 with my friend Anthony. And I'm going to tweak it up a bit because it actually involved original characters we came up with, so I'll use some guys on the main roster.
You're just going to throw random names in there.
Well,
got it.
Well, it'll still make sense, but it's just that for the viewer, they will know who at least I'm talking about, and they'll follow closely. All right, so Chris Jericho is going to come back, but he's going to come back. He's going to come back as a heel, and he's going to start feuding with a brand new not brand new, but he has just turned babyface Braun Strowman. So Braun Strowman's still going to be the ass kicker, right? And Chris Jericho's going to come back, and he's going to tell him, "Listen, Braun, I've been gone for a long time, but while I was gone, I met up with somebody. I met up with somebody that could destroy anybody on the roster. Anybody, including you. He's not ready, but he's going to be training, and when he comes, he will destroy you." So, for weeks and weeks and weeks, it's the same shit. Braun Strowman attacks somebody, Chris Jericho keeps hyping up this individual. So, eventually Chris Jericho then comes out and says he's ready, and he is going to come out next week on Raw. So, the very next week, Braun Strowman comes out, destroys an opponent, and Chris Jericho says, "Alright, Braun, you made easy work out of this individual." Whoever it was he faced, doesn't matter. "But you cannot destroy this person that I am about to bring out. He is ready to destroy you. His name is the Alien." And then this theme song starts playing. Then a little guy will start coming out. He's a little green alien, and he starts looking around. Like, he's just like so mesmerized by what he is seeing. He is so confused. Everybody's like so awkward, like wondering what the fuck they just saw. He gets in the ring, and Braun, this big monster, even he cannot keep in character. He's just so mesmerized by this little alien that just walked into the ring who's looking around like he's so confused. So Chris Jericho obviously is cheering him on. He's the only one that gives a shit because the fans are just like, what are we watching? Then, as soon as the bell rings, Braun picks him up, chokeslams him 1, 2, 3. After he does that, Chris Jericho just stands there with like the most dazed look on his face, just like so shocked that Braun Strowman destroyed him in like 20 seconds. Maybe even less. So then Chris Jericho gets on the mic and goes, "Okay, you got lucky, but I guarantee you next week, he's gonna get you. He is going to get you." Now, there were some other things we had for this character. Like, for example, remember when JR was doing the whole, Raw is brought to you by Fruity, delicious, Fruity, delicious Skittles. Well, Alien was gonna come to the commentary table and do some commentary, but as soon as JR is hyping up the Skittles thing, where he's going, Fruity, delicious, the alien gets so scared, he runs away. Then, there's going to be a segment where a random match is happening, and Doink the Clown chases this alien around the ring for no fucking reason, other than he wants to squirt him with water. Now, here's my personal favorite. This was before the streak had actually ended. The Money in the Bank was at WrestleMania one time. Everybody's going to be wrestling in the ring, and this alien is going to climb up and grab the briefcase, but he wasn't going to unhook it. Someone's going to knock the ladder off, and the alien's dangling, and he stays there for the whole entire match. He stays hooked on this Money in the Bank briefcase for 20 minutes, just hanging there. And miraculously, he wins. Later in the night, Undertaker has like this grueling matchup, one of the best matchups. He is down, he wins the title. Alien cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase to climb up the turnbuckle, do a crossbody, get caught with a tombstone 1, 2, 3. I honestly think that if Vince McMahon went with my idea, they would be able to make millions off of this character. Be able to make alien buddies for all the little children. Just get somebody who's 4'9", 100 pounds even. You've got the perfect character.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I've started drinking during this podcast.
Steve, I really, really need to get the weed that you're on.
Exactly. That's the best storyline I think I've ever come up with today. I mean, come on.
I think Monoxide does this entire podcast just to have a platform to do those storylines.
Okay, then we could always end it here, you know. All right, take care.
All right, see you. Bye.
See you later. Okay, but no, unfortunately, we're gonna bore you for another hour and a half.
Because we're going to be talking about WWE.
But not just WWE. We've got a breaking. Shane McMahon survived a helicopter crash. Dun dun dun!
Like I said, I didn't hear it on the news, so the only way I heard about it was from the WWE Network being like, he's totally fine, he's okay, and I'm like, what? Was there a chance of him not being okay? What the fuck happened? It's like if you get a phone call and your child or your friend or whatever, the first thing they say is, I'm all right, everything's okay, and that makes you like immediately panic.
You want to know
that is what it felt like to me.
The funniest thing about this, I know it's not funny, but it's funny in a cosmic sort of way. Somebody had tweeted, how was Shane McMahon so calm? Because he did an interview talking about the whole incident. And somebody asked, how is he so calm? And I just wanted to say, you do realize the amount of shit this guy has done throughout his whole life?
That's true.
Not only that,
he's jumped off cages into tables.
Not only that,
he's jumped off 50-foot, 10-story, freaking Hell in a Cells to hit nobody.
It goes deeper than that. Apparently, when he was a child, well, not a child, but a teenager, he used to do this all the time. He was, from the time he was a young kid, he was always a daredevil. He always did stupid stunts. So, it's no shock to me that Shane McMahon was able to leave unscathed. But then again, to be fair, Seth MacFarlane, I know it's kind of off topic, but kind of not. Seth MacFarlane was supposed to be on Flight 11.
Right.
And they ask him, how do you, cope with it? And he doesn't think about it. It's just one of those things. Maybe it's just the idea that you came out unscathed. Maybe you didn't know you were in danger. That's actually what he said. Because at the time, I didn't know I was in danger. It wasn't until after the fact that I could have been in danger. So, Shane, he's just one of those guys that's just balls to the wall, bring it on.
So, that was a thing. Shane McMahon almost, not really, almost died.
And awkward silence.
Yeah, and awkward silence.
Shane McMahon almost took the great plunge, the good old way of. Never mind. I'm gonna stop there. It'd get too dark if I kept going.
All right, let me call.
Somebody on Twitter posted a picture of the helicopter in the water with the tweet, Shane McMahon, please stop trying to fall to your death.
Yeah, I mean, after all, you're getting up there. You're near 50. You're doing 450s. Literally what was it, 450 or Shooting Star that he did?
Shooting Star. He does
a Shooting Star. Excuse me. You did a Shooting Star on, sort of, missing AJ Styles. I'm glad
he can still do the coast to coast.
He can do it. I'll give it. Then again, he's not wrestling every day. If he can still do it, go ahead.
He's like Undertaker. He needs long breaks in between all that shit because he does crazy shit.
Yeah, but he also has 2 hips at least, so.
There's that.
Shall we talk about Raw, gentlemen?
Do you want to talk about Raw? Because from the conversation we had earlier, you just seemed like you were loving the show.
And now,
it was... Go ahead.
And now, to the next segment, WWE's Monday Night Raw.
Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw!
I'm your host, Michael Cole, along with Corey Graves and Byron Shut the Fuck Up, Saxton.
We need either Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon or Vince McMahon and Doc Hendricks back.
The thing is, like, I really wouldn't mind Vince McMahon on commentary because his commentary back in the day was pretty fucking good. Only problem with that is he can't multi-manage what everybody else says from being on commentary.
He's like one person. That's it. I can't do more than one person.
Oh, and let's not forget, I said on the last episode, the way he laughs. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha! I mean, I could just imagine how he'd be for Roman Reigns. Ha ha! Ha ha! Yeah, okay. Anyway.
Let's just say every time Roman comes out, so does little Vince.
Well, with that image firmly planted in my brain.
And all his little Vinnie Macs on the table.
Oh, Lord. And
the first segment on Raw, Dean Ambrose comes out.
You can hold your applause.
Dean Ambrose comes out, calls out Miz and the Miztourage. He instead gets Seth Rollins. They have a little back and forth. Seth also has business with Miz and his Miztourage, so saying they should team up. Dean says he doesn't trust him because of when the Shield broke down. Seth offers to let Dean hit him with a chair in the back like he did whenever he turned. Dean Ambrose declines. Miz and Miztourage comes out and beats up the both of them.
I've got something to say here. I understand
Yes.
where they were going. Like, Seth was trying to regain his trust. But let's just say I was in Dean's shoes. Okay, I would have done the same thing. Not for maybe what they were trying to tell. They were trying to tell the story of, oh, I'm not going to hit you, blah, 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 blah.
That's not going to change anything.
Yeah, but see, I would have done it because for the simple fact that how do I know that the second I try to whack you with the chair, you're not going to turn around and kick me in the gut? Just saying. Just saying. Who's going to want to take a chair shot they're well aware of is coming to the back? Anyone. Unless you're me.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Seth and Dean kind of maybe not being the Shield again, but, you know, getting back together. I think the two guys play off each other really well, especially in segments.
I'm not saying I don't want to see them together. I'm just saying that that's what I would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be thinking, personally.
I think it's something good for them to be doing because they've both kind of been, you know, floundering for a storyline since they're not being put in the Universal title picture.
Which is good because I'm happy they're pushing other people for the title except Roman. But something needs to happen with the IC title right now because not that I do not like it on Miz because I really do like the IC title on Miz. However, Ambrose is getting stale seeing him and Miz fight for it, and I'm not sure if I feel like a storyline between Seth and Miz for the IC title would really work.
I don't think they're going to do anything with the IC title until after this feud goes away.
And that's the problem. So the IC title's on a shelf.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been saying for the last couple of podcasts, I see the best storyline right now for the IC title. Get Apollo Crews in there. He's not doing anything. Have Titus hype him up. Be his hype guy. Be the one that talks. I think they would go. Miz and Titus would go really well against each other on the mic.
Yeah.
They're almost kind of opposites right now because Miz is a bunch of guys focused on this one guy, kind of protecting this one guy, whereas Titus is one guy trying to look out for the interest of a couple of guys.
Here's my thing, though. I may have said this on one of the previous podcasts. I'm already having a problem with the Miz Taraj because it's suffering the ever-knowing virus of legacy-ism. Because
Were there mannequins?
Dude, mannequins would give him a compliment.
One of them is a poorly dressed mannequin. I swear to God, Bo Dallas, I don't know who decided, because you have The Miz, who's in a suit. You have Curtis Axel, who's in, like, dress pants and a shirt and maybe a tie. I don't know if he was wearing a tie. And then you have Bo Dallas come out, and I tweeted it. He looks like Kid Rock's stunt double. Like, what the fuck is he wearing?
Oh my God! If only we would hear, "My name is Kid."
Did y'all get the thing I just sent y'all?
Yes.
I actually did not, but let me go take a look.
It's on Facebook. It's on the Facebook.
It's on the Facebook chat messenger gimmick.
Like, seriously, what the fuck? Did he oh shit, I forgot my suit, and they're like, just get something out of the costume wardrobe area, and that's what he fucking pulled out? Like, what the fuck?
No, what happened was, he was at home, and he popped in the album Devil Without a Cause, and heard Ba With Da Ba, and he just, like, this was his thing. It spoke to him, or either that, or Cowboy, or whatever that song is that he was famous for. Nothing lasts forever, and we both know gimmicks change, but it's hard to hold a stable in the cold Bovember rain. I like it. And notice he's only got one glove. It's like the Diesel Power Glove. So he's got his inner Diesel, his inner Kid Rock, and he's got the bandana on, so he's definitely American Badass Undertaker. It's like all three of them had a menage a trois at one point. And
on top of him.
And then you got to remember his biological father is IRS. So I don't know what the term would be for four guys all at once. So you have four guys at once creating this great man known as Bo Dallas.
I don't give him that much credit. I assume those four guys had their thing, and he just picked up the clothes that they took off for it.
He's also got Elias Sampson's wristbands. So
maybe he's a fan.
He's a drifter. He's also... Hold up. That beard. It's sort of familiar. I just can't pinpoint it. And I'm actually being serious. There's something familiar about that fucking beard.
I thought you were making a Bray Wyatt joke.
Okay, there you go.
I thought you were doing a bit.
Oh, duh! There you go. He's gonna be one of the new Wyatt family members. He's going to be known as Kid Bo Irwin Taker Wyatt.
Oh, God.
That's a lot.
And he should change...
I thought we got past this segment of the show.
No. Now we got to entertain the people trying to figure out what the hell Bo Dallas is doing with his life. Oh, God.
Being a mannequin next to Miz.
But see, here's the thing. Bo Dallas has accomplished something. Bo Dallas has put enough intrigue into his ensemble that we're talking about him for the last 5 minutes, unlike Curtis Axel.
That's true. Curtis Axel was nothing.
He's also got... Hold up, he's got a necklace, too. He's got a necklace similar to, like, Conway Twitty or something. Holy Christ. This guy is, like, trying to be, like, the Mokujin of WWE. This is awesome. I love this. Bo Dallas has now become my favorite wrestler in the company. Fuck it.
In that 5-minute conversation, he has switched teams.
Oh, God. Anyway.
I'm kind of excited about the addition of Seth Rollins into this feud, just because, I like how Seth and Dean play off of each other. And I kind of want to see what happens, but we'll see how quickly it gets stale.
Mm-hmm.
Ditto.
Same.
Next up, and this is about, 20, 30 minutes into the show. I have timestamps for some of the matches, but not for everything, because I didn't think about it until later on. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. The commentators talk about how if she beats Alexa Bliss, that she would, be able to argue that she's next in line for a title shot. Nia Jax comes out she doesn't attack Bayley, but kind of as, distraction. Then when it looks like Nia is going to actually get involved, Sasha Banks comes out and attacks Nia Jax. Bayley wins with the Bayley to belly. Thoughts?
Now wait, this match, she now has a title shot?
No, they say she can argue for a title shot. There's a segment later on in the night where her and Sasha go to Kurt Angle and talk about and argue about who should be number one contender, and we can talk about that later when that comes up.
Okay.
But gave her 2 wins over Alexa Bliss because she pinned her last week in the tag team match, and then she pinned her this week in the singles match.
So that pretty much, if she does get a title shot, that pretty much almost ensures Alexa Bliss would retain.
But it's always been argued that, I mean, Bayley's done this storyline before where, like, she beats whoever the champion is, but it's because Sasha Banks shows up and doesn't necessarily interfere, but distracts or takes out whoever the champion's backup is or something like that. So I thought they were going to go into that storyline again of the only reason you won is because of Sasha, which they did with Charlotte not too long ago. I wrote down in my notes, I feel like we just did this storyline.
Is there something that I'm personally not seeing with Sasha Banks that everybody does? Like, can somebody just, like, give me an insight of what makes her popular?
I think she's much better. I think she was very popular in NXT. I think she was very popular in NXT when she was a heel. I think heel Sasha is a lot better character than face Sasha is. And I think people are just holding on to that love of her from NXT. Not that she's not good now, and she's a great wrestler, and she puts on great matches. Some of the great women's matches that we've had in the past, 2 years, Sasha Banks' name is attached to them. It's Sasha versus someone.
Well, most of those that I remember enjoying were from NXT, like you said.
Yes.
I never really cared for her matches on the main roster, personally. I didn't really care for the Hell in a Cell. I thought for the Hell in a Cell that they had, if they were going to be that, it should have not main evented. That way it didn't look like, especially if Sasha wasn't going to win.
Well, I think a lot of the problem with her matches, because I think you two can agree, she has a lot of solid matches. She has a lot of really good matches. I think what puts a lot of her matches over the top, though, of being like, this is fucking amazing, is the lead up to them. I guess the pinnacle recently when it comes to her and this women's revolution in general was Sasha versus Bayley, the first one. That wasn't the main event. That's the pinnacle, and it was because you had this really great build-up with Bayley, and Sasha was such a good heel whenever Bayley got to that point where she was going to actually finally win. And, I think the storyline, I've always been a person that a great match is a great match, but it's the storyline, it's the reason why these two are fighting is what puts it over the edge and makes it great.
Well, yeah, no, that's everything. That's not just Sasha.
And I think that's what a lot of these, some of them, some of the matches aren't always top notch, but I think a lot of these matches that you can say they're still a good match, but I think they suffer from, they don't have that storyline to put them over the edge.
That's the thing. Wrestling in and of itself is a soap opera, or it's always trying to engage people into a story arc that involves fake or rigged competition. So my thing is that it could be because of how her character is, and I to be fair, when I watched NXT, I never really watched the NXT shows. I just watched the takeovers. But the takeovers always did a good enough job to and this is WWE in general, this is something I gotta give WWE, is that, especially for their bigger matches, their video packages do a really good job of telling somebody the story from beginning to right up to that point without having to have to go back and watch those episodes. It's like, okay, you've missed that. Here's a video package, kind of give you a rundown.
WWE's always been great at video packages.
Oh yeah, their video packages are top notch.
That's why I got pissed one time. Not pissed, but I mean, because at the time I enjoyed it. Remember the Miz video package at WrestleMania 27?
Oh, the You Can Hate Me Now one?
Yeah.
I loved that video package, so I'm like, where the fuck has this Miz been? That Miz in that video package is fucking awesome.
Well, never mind that. Just, why wasn't this on Raw? Like, why wasn't this on Raw before Mania so that it can, like, give a couple more oomphs to it, or give Miz a little bit more leverage instead of on the pay-per-view that people already bought?
Dude, I love that You Can Hate Me Now video package.
It was a great video package. It was great. It was awesome. It was just no pun intended, but it needed to be on Raw because they did a terrible job building up Miz.
Mhm. But anyways, back to the women's division. It looks like Nia Jax is teaming again with Alexa Bliss. They've been doing this thing with those two, where like first Alexa tries to do the heel thing and get Nia on her side, and Nia blows her off. But then like the next week they are a team, and then the next week they aren't a team, and then she's blowing her off again. Like I'm not sure what they're doing with Nia Jax. I assume
ever sure what they're doing with Nia Jax.
That's true. I assume this is leading to, at some point, her being actually face and going up against Alexa Bliss, but it doesn't look like they're ready to pull the trigger on that.
Here's what I think. I think what they do is they just take a dart, throw it at a dartboard, and just say, we're going that way. That's it. Ooh. That's what they do. That's what they do a lot of the times. That's... Yeah, whatever. I mean, if Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax are going to be a thing... To be honest, I think it was P.S. Power who said it, and I actually agree with him.
Dude, that's a name you pulled out of the ancient YouTube past.
Yeah, but he actually made a couple of videos recently.
Go ahead.
He mentioned that Alexa Bliss needs a diesel. Cause she needs a diesel, and Nia Jax is like the only woman... other than Tamina, who's on the other roster.
Who is doing the same gimmick, by the way.
With Lana, except I don't even know.
Except Lana's not champion, but we'll get to that.
And Lana has, like, no courage whatsoever. She's the Cowardly Lion now. I don't know. If you're gonna make her the Cowardly Lion, you might as well put a fucking lion suit on her. Why not? She don't need to be a stripper anymore. I'm sorry, I'm off track. So, yeah, fuck it.
Anything else about this match, gentlemen?
Alexa Bliss's bae.
Well, yeah, clearly.
All right, and moving on.
Next we had a short Kurt Angle segment. Yes, I know, Suave.
Huh? Wait, what? We got an invader?
Suave's Guapo's roommate. He has a thing for Sasha.
Oh, okay. You could keep her. I've got Becky.
I thought Bailey was his shit because of
no,
the
that's
booty,
Ruffin.
The booty though.
No, he loves Suave loves Sasha.
That's what I thought, but
Ruffin's about that Bailey hug life.
About that booty though. Anyway,
because he dropped Becky for the hugger.
All right, then Becky's mine.
Yep, all yours. She's free game.
You know what's great about being one of the few females in our Smart Guard
We know you
group?
get Finn Balor.
I get dibs on anybody, pretty much. I have so much of a selection, but yes, I have dibs on Finn Balor.
You cannot be the only female. There's got to be another one.
There's not many of us.
I think there is, but she's the only one who actually participates.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So it's this is nothing new, ladies and gentlemen. Any type of group that Kristen's been in, she's usually either the only female, or the only one that actually gives a fuck.
She is the only token girl.
I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know if that's by design or if it just happens like that. If I scare them away, or if I'm just a unicorn.
Girl.
I wouldn't call you a unicorn.
So you're saying I scare them away?
I mean, on the crazy to hot woman scale,
Oh wait, I want to hear this. Where am I?
Never mind.
Crazy to high school. No, you.
Have you ever
started
seen
it.
that video?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties.
Hold
You
on.
opened this
Alexa
can of
Bliss.
worms.
Okay, all right. Next segment.
Yes, I agree with the Mexican.
Fuck you, Guapo.
Make America great again. Let's go.
Oh, we have a Curtis Curtis Angle.
Curtis Angle. Wait, he's the son? Oh, okay. I all this
How
time
many
I thought it
kids
was
does he
Kurt
have?
Hennig.
Damn it!
Kurt Angle segment. He's talking with Corey Graves, thinking he's having second thoughts about this announcement he's going to make. Corey kind of settles his fears about the announcement. I figure we can talk about all of this when they actually have the announcement.
I just want
Agreed?
Yes, I just want to make one comment. My girlfriend says that she finds Corey Graves hot. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah?
Finds Corey Graves hot.
She says it has to do with the tattoos. She has a thing for tattoos.
Well, that's...
He's not my type, but I can see that he's attractive.
I asked her, should I get tattoo sleeves? And she was like, it would make me very happy. And I'm like, well, you ain't getting them.
Well, fuck that.
Fuck that, because it's not the pain. It's just the years go by and then they look bad after a while. No.
Next segment.
True and false on that.
Yeah, Guapo has tattoos.
I do have tattoos.
Yeah,
I don't
but you're
have
still young.
I mean, I don't have a sleeve
He's
yet.
not
but,
that much younger than you.
But I'm saying he's young. He's not like 50 and years have gone by and the tattoo starts to like go.
You just have.
You've
the
seen
two,
some bad.
right?
You've seen some people with some bad tattoos because I've seen people who are older, like
With
my
great
uncle,
tattoos.
or I have family who have like full sleeves and they still look great.
Maybe, I don't know, but also I can't afford them at the moment, so fuck it.
Yeah, they're a little expensive. Yes, I have 2 at the moment, and I plan on getting a full sleeve. So
my money is for
You do?
Universal
I didn't know
Studios.
that.
yeah, my left arm, I plan on getting it full nerd.
Full nerd?
Full nerd.
Well, I know you have the fleur-de-lis one.
My cross, on my arm, and the anti-possession.
Shit. It's the one nerddom I'm not into.
Supernatural.
Supernatural. Yeah, the Supernatural tattoo.
My money's for Universal. That's it.
Well, because I remember the Supernatural tattoo because for some reason, if women in bars see that one, they immediately go up to him. Like it is apparently just a chick magnet.
It happens.
Okay,
It's phenomenal.
Are we a wrestling podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. So next we have Titus O'Neil backstage with Apollo Crews, who apparently didn't do anything this show because he's there with Apollo Crews and Akira Tozawa talking about we're going to get something for Apollo, and then Akira Tozawa is going to have a cruiserweight title shot. I think Daivari comes. I think his name is Daivari because they say his name real quick, and then that's it. Comes in, challenges him. They have a match set up later. I am all about Titus O'Neil being involved with the cruiserweights. I think it actually makes the cruiserweights somewhat interesting. And I have another comment on the cruiserweights, but it's for the next segment.
Mm-hmm.
Titus has a really big smile. That's it. That's all I can say.
That's all you got. Well, if that's it, we can go on to these. We can go on to the second match of the night, which, by the way, Central Time. This match starts at 7:57.
And it's the second match of the night.
And it's the second match of the night. So we're almost an hour in, and there've been 2 matches.
Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that a wrestling show isn't providing wrestling? Is that what you're saying?
It's not too bad. I mean,
Hey.
NXT's usually about 2 hours, and they give us 3 matches.
I thought it was
4
an hour.
most of the time.
Four matches.
And it is an hour.
Oh, it's an hour, and they give us 4 matches. Oh well, that just made Raw look shitty, huh?
Well, that's because it's what's called. It's
Here's
Triple
the
H is
thing.
producing it.
Here's the thing too.
Well, and also they don't have commercials.
And we don't even need to use NXT as a reason to why Raw is shitty. Just Raw just has to show its shining light of shittiness.
Okay, so second match of the night is Mustafa Ali and Gentleman Jack Gallagher versus Brian Kendrick and Drew. I can't even say his last name. Gulak? What the fuck is that? Whatever. Anyways.
She's not an indie mark, ladies and gentlemen.
I am not. Sorry. I think it's a bad name, but anyways.
I think that's his real name.
This segment made me realize that within the cruiserweight division, there are usually only two storylines going on. One involving Neville and one involving Brian Kendrick. And that is it, really.
The fact that you're able to keep tab on who gets actual storylines in the cruiserweight division and not go take a piss is really freaking amazing to me.
I haven't paid attention to the cruiserweight division in like 4 months.
We all
Dude, Monoxide, you know my love of cruiserweights, okay? With the exception of recently Finn Balor, most of my dibs when it comes to WWE have been cruiserweights before there was even a cruiserweight division for them to be in. We all know that I loved spot monkeys and cruiserweight. Yeah.
Oh.
I like spot monkeys. I want the cruiserweight division to be good, and it's just like, pardon how I phrase it, it's just a short version of Superstars.
Well, can you really have a cruiserweight? Here's the thing: how can you have a cruiserweight division in the year 2017 when for years you have shown that little guys can win the world title, and B, the whole entire product is completely different, and now guys who wrestle like the cruiserweights are in the main event? Why?
That is an excellent point.
Like, Seth Rollins wrestles like them.
The fans have been begging for a cruiserweight division, begging for a cruiserweight title for years now.
And they
finally got it.
Yeah, but I've never understood why they wanted it. Never understood why the fans wanted it. It's like, all these cruiserweights, like Rey Mysterio, have won world titles. If we're going to negate the idea that, oh, well, you're too small to ever be in this division, then we might as well not have divisions. Not even call it a heavyweight title. Just call it a world title. Because you've basically negated the fact that, oh yeah, there's weight limits. Why even have it?
I've never actually thought of it that way.
I'm just saying.
You've just witnessed something rare on this show, ladies and gentlemen, which is Monoxide changing my mind about something.
Wow. How long have we known each other?
Slowly, since 2007, 2008?
2009. I met you. No, I didn't meet you. I started talking to you in February of 2009. It was shortly after your birthday, I think.
That sounds right.
Because that's when you started coming on YouTube, and then you came into a Skype call, and Paul started talking your ear off.
I vaguely remember that.
Paul started talking your ear off. I was kind of like, yeah, fuck you, whatever, whoever you are. And that was that. Here we are, 7 years.
That's entirely accurate of how we met. Steve saying fuck you to me, but not saying it.
No, I wasn't thinking that. I was just like, fuck. Anyways, yeah.
Guapo, comment
yes.
on the match, cruiserweights in general.
I'm bored with them because they're not doing shit with it.
Well, you just witnessed Steve change my mind, so.
I am not deleting this one. I am so fucking putting this one up as soon as we are done. I am editing it. It's going right up. Because I do not want this computer to crash at any point. Wait, where's wood? Let me go knock on it right now. There we go. I now have evidence.
Yeah, the cruiserweights aren't doing shit for me right now. It's just, I like the people who are in it, but they're not giving me a story, any type of storyline that's involving anybody relevant, and fucking Neville is getting boring.
I like the idea that they're giving him a long title run. That way, whoever beats him, it's special. It's more important that way. But because they're not putting a lot of emphasis on the cruiserweight division, it's going to fall flat.
I mean, who would you have beat Neville?
I would have had Austin Aries beat Neville, but...
Same.
But the only other person who I think would be a great idea, because there's been slight rumors that people have been talking to him, but then again, he did just get a offer from the good old Global Force, good old 619 Rey Mysterio.
I am so underwhelmed by Rey Mysterio, but I have a back history as to why that is.
Exactly. So you're wrong.
I actually don't know this story.
Yes, you do.
Well, remind me.
Him coming out at number 30.
When I was in college, and me and I guess Deidre and my boyfriend at the time, Julian got us tickets to go to Raw. It was in Lubbock that year. It was at like a little house show. And we watched the main event of that show was Chris Jericho and Kane versus Rey Mysterio and Shawn Michaels. And we watched Rey Mysterio. He went to go do the 619. He had Chris Jericho and Kane like both on the middle rope kind of thing. Went to do the 619. Didn't grab the ropes or missed grabbing the ropes. Fucking dive bombed the barricade. It was real bad. Shawn Michaels had to kind of improvise, do the show. Medics came out, everything. Well, my boyfriend at the time was a med student, and the guy that was like his mentor because they took him to the Texas Tech Hospital there. The guy who was like his mentor did all the diagnosis on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio broke his leg that night, and we watched him wrestle like months after that. So he was just jacked up on like painkillers and whatever they were going to shove on his body to get him performing. And I've just not liked Rey Mysterio that much ever since. And I know that's not all his fault, but it's just how I feel.
Why would that be the reason you wouldn't like him?
I just don't. I feel like I felt like at the time, and I still just am not super crazy about him. I felt like at the time he was a shining example of WWE putting the company over the health of this performer.
Wait. Well, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong about that. I am wrong about blaming it on Rey Mysterio.
Because I'm just a little confused, like, why that...
I don't know, that's just how it is. And then ever since then, he's just underwhelmed me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's just how I feel about it.
So what's the next segment, Kristen?
I'm wrong about Rey Mysterio, but I'm not wrong about the reason why.
Anyways, what was next?
Next, Enzo comes out.
Oh, Esno! Oh, my guy.
Enzo comes out, does his big thing. Wow, he is still really fucking popular. I'm still
he's
just
Enzo.
He's so popular still. And he still does the promos really good.
And he's on speed.
Cass, I missed last week's Raw, so I don't know if Cass got his new music last week or this week.
He got it at the pay-per-view, I think.
He got it at the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I am underwhelmed by Cass's new music. Enzo comes out, tries to get Cass to fight him. Cass looks like he's going to come out, tell him he's going to shut his mouth for good. Then Enzo gets out of the ring, sets himself a chair up in the audience, says he's going to watch as Big Show comes out to beat up Cass. They don't have a match, but Big Show does a lot of work on Cass, and then Cass turns it around, beats up both him, and then when Enzo jumps in the ring later, beats up Enzo too. It looks like they're going to throw Big Show into this feud, which I don't know how I feel about. I mean, I don't know. I was excited about this feud, and now I'm nothing about this feud.
Esno, ladies and gentlemen, still on speed, still on whatever drugs that gets him fucking dancing like that.
Also, there was a weird comment when Cass came out that he comes out and he says, "This is all your fault, Corey Graves. I wouldn't have to be doing any of this if it wasn't for you." And I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Because it was Corey Graves that basically exposed him for the reason he...
Okay, I'm back on board now.
Oh, did I change your mind again? Oh my God, I'm on a roll.
That's not changing my mind. That's reminding me.
Just go with it. I'm 2 in a row. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
Guapo.
Cass is very big.
He is. He's big in popularity. No, I mean, Enzo's big in popularity. Cass is lukewarm at best.
Did you get deported, Guapo?
El
Sorry, my
Guapo.
mom called me. I'll be right back.
Oh, God.
That's the appropriate response to this angle.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is calling. You better
What are you
comfort
talking
your-
about? He's talking to his mom.
That's what they all say. All of them before
When-
they get thrown into the car and back to where they belong. Because Donald Trump is building that wall, damn it. So you better hide your family, hide your friends, because he's coming for you.
Why is every show turned political?
I don't know. I just like being a jerk off. Anyways.
I'm still amazed by how popular Cass is, considering his win-loss record. I'm surprised.
Are you talking about Enzo?
Yes, that's what I meant as Enzo. It's why I started drinking early, ladies and gentlemen, and now I'm making all these mistakes.
Oh, God.
But the feud's more entertaining than I thought it'd be, but it's all on Enzo's
And I'm
side
back.
and not Cass's side. Guapo, what'd you think about the Enzo segment?
Meh.
Meh. I was just saying how surprised how popular he still is.
Cass is or Enzo's gonna be popular no matter what. Cass, I don't know. I'm still unsure about what the fuck they're gonna be doing with him. So.
He's Test. He's the new Test.
Oh.
Is he Marty Jannetty or is he Shawn Michaels?
Hold up. Shawn Michaels turned heel in that program, so if Cass was to succeed, he'd be Shawn Michaels. Otherwise, he's just Test.
What does that make Enzo?
Enzo, that makes him Santino.
Oh, poor Enzo.
Okay, so wait, let me take that back. Cass is Vladimir Kozlov.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm just saying, this correlates to what I'm going to talk about later, because there's an angle that happens later that reminds me of Cass. But go ahead.
If we don't have anything else to talk about in that segment, next we have a Roman Reigns backstage segment where I wish I could tell you what I'm sure he was talking about, that he is going to face Samoa Joe in the main event. I was so distracted by the fact that his new shirt looks like the NBA logo that I couldn't pay attention to what he was saying.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Who?
Roman Reigns.
Oh, that guy. The guy.
Next segment.
The guy.
Next segment.
Damn it! You will love Roman Reigns.
Next segment. Ambrose and Rollins, are having an argument backstage as to, who's getting in whose way and who's going to fight Miz and all of that stuff. Kurt Angle shows up. He offers them a match against Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Dean Ambrose tells him, no, we want the Miz too. So they set up a handicap match, Miz and his Miztourage versus Ambrose and Rollins next week on Raw. Again, I'd just like to iterate, I kind of like Dean and Seth being on like a little team. They're not going to be a tag team, but I like this. I think it brings enough newness to the feud that Dean was in that I'm interested again.
Mm-hmm.
Dean's crazy.
Thoughts?
Dean's crazy. That's.
I'm interested a little, but then again, like I said, with this entire Miz shit, I kind of really don't care.
I wish that Miz would just go back to Smackdown because he was so awesome there.
That is true. But he's not doing bad on Raw. He just needs new. He just needs something new that isn't feuding with Dean Ambrose.
You think that Raw has any sort of competence whatsoever to do that?
Probably not, but I like to remain hopeful.
Yeah, that's too much. Too much for us.
Next up, we have Elias Sampson. He talks about how he's going to sing a song about how awful Nashville is. It's where they were. And then it leads into a match against Finn Balor. This match starts at 8:34, so this match started a full, almost 30 minutes after the last match. And this is our third match of the night.
Okay.
Yes.
They have a little bit of a match. It ends in DQ when Samson hits Finn Balor, obliterates his guitar by hitting Finn Balor. I felt like across the head. I didn't see the angle very well. Finn gets hit with the guitar. Samson gets disqualified. Finn Balor wins via disqualification. And then his, winning is interrupted by a Bray Wyatt promo. And they tried to do this feud before Bray Wyatt feuded with Seth Rollins. And then they dropped it for some reason, and now they're picking it back up. I'm not excited with how it's come back, but Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt is the feud that I didn't know I wanted until Bray started doing his promos against Finn.
Yeah, but we've talked about this before. It's always the same. He comes out, does the cryptic promo. I am fear. Run. And then he goes and loses.
Every time you do it cracks me up.
Am I wrong? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but for some reason I'm excited.
Okay. My thing is, after so many years of booking Bray Wyatt like a complete geek, it has nothing to do with Finn. It just has to do with how Bray's booked. I can't get invested. I know I should because Vince McMahon tells me to. I just don't.
Guapo.
I'm honestly not sure. Just the whole segment's meh.
You can tell that Guapo is so very excited about Raw.
The worst part is I wish I could say I was enthusiastic about SmackDown as I am more than I was Raw, but both are just...
We'll get to that later, too.
And now...
We have the beginnings of Sasha and Bayley's segment next. Kurt Angle is, still talking about whatever it is he's going to announce. Sasha and Bayley come out. They both are arguing that they should be number one contender. Bayley says, I've pinned Alexa Bliss twice, so I should be number one contender. Sasha says the only reason she beat me at Great Balls of Fire is because she got disqualified. I should be number one contender. So Kurt Angle says next week we get Sasha versus Bayley for number one contendership of the women's title. Winner faces Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam.
Why not? Something different because I don't know.
Doesn't matter because Bay's gonna retain.
I would not be surprised if next week's match ends in some sort of no contest, DQ, something like that. With
You mean
Nia
like
Jax.
the main event?
Yeah, and
of Raw?
And then they make it Sasha versus Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Possibly Sasha versus Bayley versus Alexa versus Nia. I'm predicting at least a triple threat, maybe a fatal four-way at the next pay-per-view. But I could be wrong.
Why not? I mean, I don't know. I prefer SmackDown's women's division at the moment.
The worst part is, I agree, and Raw has great women's talent on it, but it's just not being utilized correctly. And
specifically Bayley.
Specifically Bayley, yes. And, I mean, you have probably the best heel in a woman and probably heel in general as your women's champion with Bliss. And even her, I feel like she's being underutilized with some, certain aspects.
Well, here's how you know the entire Raw women's division is being underutilized. There are other women other than these 4 women on the Raw women's roster.
Wait, what are you talking about? They don't have, like, Mickey James and
Dana
Nia
Brooke.
Jax, Dana Brooke. They don't have...
Alicia Fox is on the Raw
It's Alicia
roster.
Fox. God damn.
Yeah, they don't have
right.
any more women other than just these 4 women that you see.
Yeah, but
It's only Alexa, Bailey,
Summer-
Sasha, and Nia.
Summer Rae is on the Raw women's division. In
we're
the
not
Raw
talking
women's
about-
division.
We're not talking about that one.
How do you know that? Because I don't remember seeing her when the draft even happened.
She just
that she's on Raw apparently.
When was the last time she ever showed up on camera?
over a year ago.
It's been a while.
It's got to have been before the draft. Because I think her last angle was that stupid ass angle where she was in love with Rusev. Oh, no. I take that back. It was with Tyler Breeze when they did the Summer
Yep,
Breeze.
you're right.
Damn.
Yes.
That was, and she's on the Raw women's roster.
That ain't right.
But probably not for long.
See where my hand is? No, you can't. It's a podcast.
Summer's almost over, so you know what that means. There's going to be some people getting fired pretty soon.
Yeah, WWE does, I'm not sure when they do it,
After
but,
SummerSlam.
about once a year they do a clean out where they start to get rid of
twice.
people they aren't using. Is it twice a year?
Normally after SummerSlam, it's a light, dusting of cleaning shit up. And normally in about like February, that's when they do their massive firing.
That ain't right.
Summer Rae's going to be gone. Next segment.
She gone.
We have Akira Tozawa versus Daivari. Titus O'Neil is at ringside. Daivari does something to Tozawa's arm. Titus has the match stopped, and Tozawa is pissed because he's screaming something about I don't give up. I don't give up.
Some highs thrown in there.
Yep.
You cannot forget the highs. It is
Unless you have anything big to talk about with this segment, I say we move on to what was probably at least advertised as the biggest segment of the night, which is Kurt Angle finally reveals what the fuck he's been hiding for months now.
His illegitimate child.
This segment started at 9:00, by the way, Central Time. So we have another hour left of the show after this segment starts.
Yep.
Guapo, would you like to announce who Angle's illegitimate child was? Because that was the angle that they did. I feel weird saying Angle considering it's Kurt Angle.
And now he is Kurt Angle, but he is, drumroll please, Jason Jordan!
Oh, wait. Wrong show.
What the ever fuck? Like,
the funniest part is whenever American Alpha won the SmackDown tag titles, his parents were in attendance that night, and he definitely...
They addressed that. Kurt Angle's his biological father. Those people adopted him, apparently.
So it just so happened that a nice white lady and black man couple adopted this biracial love child of Kurt Angle and his mystery lover.
I guess. I feel like
what?
Somebody saw somebody made a joke. Somebody in WWE saw all the jokes that were being made online about how essentially if you smash American Alpha together into one person, they're Kurt Angle.
So what?
And just decided, fuck it, it's gonna be a storyline.
Like, I understand the swerve aspect behind it, but I feel like they would have did a little bit better by making it Chad Gable.
I mean, he's a fucking Olympian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, here's the thing, though.
He didn't win
But
the gold.
he does look like Kurt Angle, though.
Who? Which one? Chad Gable or
Jason Jordan does look like Kurt Angle. I don't know if it's
yeah.
It has nothing to do with visuals why they picked him over Chad Gable. It goes back to my Cass argument earlier. It's all about size. Jason Jordan's a big dude. That's it. If Chad Gable was literally Kurt Angle's twin and Jason Jordan looked like the Iron Sheik, they probably would have went with Jason Jordan regardless because of his size. That's this company's problem. We're in the year 2017 and we're still thinking about big, sweaty men with long, flowing hair.
Except he doesn't have long, flowing hair.
Okay, he's bald. He's bald. We'll put a wig on him.
I'm okay with it because the only thing I'm not okay with is the fact that they've broken up American Alpha.
Yeah, same here.
Which is unfortunate.
Well, to be perfectly fair, what were they doing with them prior to this?
But it's just another tag team that they've broken up.
You just answered my question. Thank you.
But
I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying. They're breaking up way too many teams. They broke up Golden Truth. They broke up fucking
Basically, if you're a tag team, you're getting broken up. And if you're not getting broken up, you're becoming broken.
But by the same token,
yeah.
Yeah,
not gonna
it's
happen.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's rendering me a premonition.
Oh, by the way, just so it's in video form, I know I'm probably going to say it on Spaz's review too, but, I would like to say, for the record, that we've actually changed the bet a little bit.
No!
Hang on. I still have my same stipulation, except that they have to be the Broken Hardys by WrestleMania of 2018. But I have added a stipulation that I will change my Twitter handle to Broken Black Cat Feline if they become the Broken Hardys by WrestleMania 2018. Guapo, if I win, and it doesn't happen, which I am super confident about, Guapo is going to get chest chopped by Suave on video.
That's lame.
And Spaz will
buy Naomi merch.
He will have to buy Naomi merch and make a 10 Reasons Why I Love Naomi video.
Wait a minute. Can we alter this bet? Even though
Wait,
I'm
what?
not in it? Can we alter this bet even though I'm not in it?
What do you want to add?
Okay. Who's getting
Depends.
chopped again? Who's getting chopped again?
Guapo.
Okay.
That's our standard bet.
Okay.
Is chest chops.
I'm not going to ask Guapo here. I'm going to ask you. Who does Guapo really hate?
That's the thing. I really don't.
Exactly. It's so hard because he doesn't hate anybody.
People, but I don't hate anyone. Like,
If
I would say I hate Roman Reigns. However, I already own his damn shirt.
He owns a Roman Reigns shirt. So, like, there's nobody that, like, if I made him put a shirt on, it wouldn't be like, okay, cool, whatever.
Okay.
Like, it wouldn't, like, do anything.
Okay, so then here's what you do. If he loses the bet, he's got to dress up as Nikki Bella.
No, he already nixed that because we were gonna have him do somebody's entrance, and he was like,
negative
no.
Ghost Rider.
That ain't right. Fuck this shit.
Chest chops are adequate. One, I still owe you a chest chop because Kevin Owens has yet
It's going to
do
happen.
a pile driver. It's already past the deadline, buddy. I get to chest chop you at some point.
Not like it's gonna hurt.
And plus, I will, with this new bet, because I'm allowing Suave to do it, I will finally have somebody on my side. Not by a lot, but because he still wants the Broken Hardys to show up too. But I feel like because I'm going to let him chest chop Guapo, he'll be on my side a little bit.
No, he's still pulling for Broken Hardys.
Well, I know he's still going to pull for Broken Hardys, but he's going to be on my side a little bit. A little bit.
Right.
Because he gets to chest chop you.
Uh-huh. What was
But,
that?
I just wanted to say that in video so that everybody knows, so that we don't go fucking changing the bet, because that's what happens with you and Spaz and Suave, is that bets radically change.
If the Hardys become broken,
Yes!
By
Christine
WrestleMania
will dawn
2018.
by WrestleMania 2018 in New Orleans.
And when he comes to New Orleans, you will see the debut of Vanguard One. Yeah.
Sister Feline will
I can
dawn.
tell you guys, you can't see the look on my face. I'm not worried.
Sister Feline will don the garments of the Bella of the Nikki.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hardys, though, after this very whatever Kurt Angle segment with Jason Jordan where they break up American Alpha, the Hardys face the Revivals. I have no comments on this match because I don't really care about the Hardys. Revival wins, by the way.
I'm getting off this call.
Yes, fuck you. From now
I'm sorry.
on, it's just me and Guapo for the rest of this show's tenure.
This is becoming the Guapo Monoxide show.
You made me dearly departed.
It kind of already is.
How?
Kristen, you will be deleted.
Deleted.
Delete.
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 That's it. Goodbye.
Are you guys done?
You will fade away and we will classify yourself as obsolete.
Are you guys done now?
No, because we still got to review a show run by Meek McMahon.
Revival wins this match, by the way.
I'm sorry. I'm self-popping at my own picnic.
If Broken Hardys happen, it's going to happen at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I would say.
That deal needs to get finalized still, but God, I hope it's soon.
Next, we have Samoa Joe's talking about how he's going to beat Roman Reigns in the main event. I do have a question for the two of you.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you name anyone on the roster that is more intense than Samoa Joe right now?
More intense than Samoa Joe right now on the main roster of this
roster.
This WWE Meek McMahon show?
Meek McMahon?
Yes.
Who is more intense than Samoa Joe?
Meek McMahon would tell you Roman Reigns.
Meek McMahon would also possibly tell you the Maharaja.
The Maharaja!
I wouldn't say he's intense.
It's kind of intense.
We are not saying that he's intense. We're saying that's what McMahon would tell you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you're talking about, like, a fire that you would not want to fuck with this guy type.
Exactly. That is what I'm talking about.
Guy who I would not wish to fuck with.
I'm talking about, like,
roster.
a guy that, like, maybe not Undertaker levels, but when you find out you're in a match with this guy, if you're a bad guy, good guy, whatever, yes, your character should be at least afraid.
The only person who I believe is as intense as Samoa Joe, and his music hits, and I'm like, fuck. It goes a little something like this, his music.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what they're wanting from Braun Strowman. I don't feel the same intensity. It's probably because he doesn't do promos very often.
He doesn't need to do promos very often. He goes to the ring, fucks shit up, and leaves.
You weren't intimidated.
That's how you're supposed to be when you're a monster.
You weren't intimidated the time that he ripped up Chris Jericho's scarf?
I was not.
And then he had the audacity to go, I don't like scarves. That is...
I'm sorry, No one on the main roster is more intense than Samoa Joe right now.
Well, hold up, Guapo. He did put him on the list, but he waited until Braun walked away.
Exactly, because Braun is scary as fuck.
Exactly. I'm still never
Even
gonna
though-
forget. I'm never gonna forget the line that Braun said, and it still makes me laugh to this day.
Download
Roman
everybody-
Reigns is trash, and now you are too. And then throws Kalisto in the dumpster. It's so
and
funny.
threw Kalisto in the trash can. Yes, that was great. Quick side. Well, two side notes. First side note.
Go ahead.
Monoxide. Have you listened to the Jericho podcast with Braun Strowman and the good brothers of Luke Gallows?
I have not, but I heard about it.
You may I suggest for your listening pleasure the Jericho podcast of the Talking Shop with Luke Gallows and what's the other one? Fuck.
Braun Strowman.
No.
The other one, Eric Rowan.
No, god damn it.
Carl Anderson.
Carl Anderson, thank you. With Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and
Luke Gallows.
and the one with Braun Strowman, but they have multiple episodes of this Jericho podcast. They call it Talking Shop. It is some of the funniest shit I've ever listened to, and the one with Braun Strowman is fucking pure gold.
Duly noted.
For your listening pleasure, after you listen to us, go listen to that podcast.
Other side, because I think all of the Talking Shop
Second
episodes,
side note.
If you this is still part of the first side note. All of his Talking Shop episodes for Jericho you can find on YouTube now, but none of them are on his iTunes podcast anymore. But you can find it on his Playlist One, I think, account, something like that. I don't know. I just listen to it off of my iTunes because I subscribe to his podcast on there. Anyway, second side note: where's Kalisto been?
Dead. Kalisto's dead. He's still in that trash can, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly. That guy that came out to wrestle him in the dumpster match, that was Rey Mysterio. You didn't know that?
That was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
New mask.
Yeah, new mask.
What different tattoos, everything?
Yep.
Exactly. Or it could have been Sin Cara. Who cares? Kalisto's still in the garbage. Because, let's put it this way. When he threw him in there, everybody in the back was pissing themselves laughing. They didn't want to go get him. Fuck it. It was too great.
I assume that's what happened to him.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yes.
They need to reunite him and Sin Cara into their tag team.
Fuck that.
No.
Lucha.
I think they finally, because they never did the payoff with them two feuding or anything. They just split them up. I really think both of them would benefit to have a little bit of a storyline against each other.
But they're not gonna have one. It's never gonna happen. They're on different shows now.
Exactly. They're never going to have them on the same show together again. Also, if I remember right, the last time Kalisto did come out, he still had the Lucha fucking shit.
He does. He still does the.
He needs new music.
He still has the Lucha music.
Which is terrible.
Next segment, Akira Tozawa versus Daivari.
I thought we talked about this already.
We did. Sorry. This is a backstage segment. I should have noted that. It's Titus O'Neil in the back with Akira Tozawa. Because
get your shit together, Kristen.
I know. Get my shit together. They're back. Him and Tozawa and Titus are backstage. He's pissed because Titus in the match. Titus tried to say, look, I ended the match because I'm more concerned about the idea that you're going to get a cruiserweight title opportunity, and I don't need him fucking up your arm before that. And then he demands that he wants another match with Daivari on 205 Live.
Okay.
Exactly. That's, I assume, what was going to be y'all's reaction to that. So we'll just move on to the main event, which started at 9:42 Central Time. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. Winner will face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. They have their match. Braun Strowman ends up attacking both of them, destroying both of them. No winner is declared. Also, side note, I feel like some parts of the WWE universe are abusing the "This is awesome" chant.
Why? Why you say that?
They were literally chanting like "This is awesome" for like Braun throwing someone into a corner post.
That is awesome.
Your point. That's great. It's murder.
Yeah.
People love murder.
I love murder, at least when it comes to Braun.
Murder! Murder!
So we have this match ended with no winner.
Okay.
And Braun Strowman looking tough as hell.
Braun! The greatest man on earth.
Exactly.
That is.
I'm just not on the Braun Strowman hype train.
Alright, then you gotta go. Goodbye. You're out. Come on.
I would leave, except that you guys wouldn't know what happened on SmackDown then, because I'm the only one with notes.
That's fine.
Yes,
We could go through an episode without SmackDown. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Fuck, she has a point.
First it's broken Matt Hardy, then it's Braun Strowman. No.
She also insulted Chris Jericho.
Oh, I did not. You know that. Hang on. You know that's a lie. Monoxide, you know that's a lie, because I am the biggest Chris Jericho mark there is.
See, yes, I know that, but the fact that you had the audacity to...
I never insulted Chris Jericho.
You had the audacity...
When did I do that?
You had the audacity to insult the Broken Brilliance. You've
Exactly.
had the audacity to
Well, that's not Chris Jericho.
I'm just saying, you've had the audacity to just destroy these great men. Okay?
I didn't destroy them. I just said I wasn't a fan.
How could
Which
you
you might as well destroy them.
If they can be destroyed by me saying they're not a fan, then they're not very good.
Can I ask you something? Name me one person that would allow one of their family members whose vessel is only 2 years old to go out there and have a match. I mean, their soul may be thousands of years old, but their vessel is only 2. King Maxwell went out there and had a brilliant match with Rockstar Spud.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This happened.
This happened. His son, whose vessel is
King
only...
Maxwell is
Maxwell.
undefeated in the ring of wrestling.
His streak is so illustrious that even Brock Lesnar couldn't end it.
I'm just saying, it sounds like what a high person thinks up on a fever dream.
How dare you insult the Broken Brilliance?
I do, but I never insulted Chris Jericho.
Okay. Smackdown.
Smackdown. And now, moving on to WWE's Smackdown Live, which we're talking about on a Wednesday, which is way after Smackdown.
Yep. First segment, Jinder Mahal comes out with his two mannequins, whose name I don't remember.
They are the Psy Brothers?
The Psy Brothers?
Bollywood Boys.
The Singh Brothers?
Yeah.
I think they're the Singh Brothers.
Singh Brothers, correct.
So they all come out. The
Quick
Punjabi
side note.
prison. Go ahead.
I'm on WWE Shop right now looking at replica titles. They sell the replica title of the big gold belt with NWO spray painted on it. Can't you just buy the big gold belt and spray paint NWO on it yourself?
If you're not lazy.
But then again, why would you buy a belt that's spray painted?
And then spray paint it?
Because
Why
maybe
would
some
it's the same
people
price.
want some of that nostalgia and they just don't want to do it themselves. So they.
Why would you buy a gold title belt that's probably $300 and then
$400
spray paint
actually.
it? And then spray paint it.
It's actually $399.99. However, for an extra, basically $20, you could buy a replica of the $1 million belt.
That's nothing.
Right?
$483, you could get a tag team title with the New Day on the belt.
Yeah, I just saw that.
What? Not even secretly, I've always wanted a replica of the women's title belt, the one that Lita and Trish had.
I only have the Winged
They don't
Eagle
have it
belt.
on the network. They don't have it on here anymore.
I know they don't have it on there anymore. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind the new belt, the new women's title belt. I like it a lot more.
Smackdown.
I
I would rather
both
the
of
Raw.
them.
I like the Raw.
I like both of them. They're both essentially the same, except with a
Yes.
different color on the background.
But that's my problem with them. They look too much like the WWE title. I think.
Well, it's supposed to make it to where it's just as prestigious as, like, it's kind of their way of making them equal, sort of thing.
You buy a Slammy for $200.
You could do that with a unique design. The old women's title you were just talking about was a unique design.
Yeah. I love the old women's title belt. The WWF women's title that ended up being the WWE women's title. I love that belt. I have a toy version of that belt.
Yeah, just don't have a fucking butterfly for your belt.
I know.
Just don't look for your
the butterfly belt.
Don't look for your spinner belt.
You know what? That reminds me. I wonder how AJ Lee feels that throughout her whole tenure she had to hold a butterfly belt.
She had to hold that belt, and then they got the new belt. I'm
and
sure she's
Paige.
over it. That's
Paige
true.
as well. You're correct.
Didn't she? But she kind of defiled the only good women's belt of that era because.
Hey, that didn't defile nothing. Heyo.
Let's not go all rated R like your boy Xavier Woods.
I'm just saying. She didn't do that. She didn't have them do that on the Diva belt. She had them do that on the actual good looking NXT women's title belt.
No, that was the Diva belt. That wasn't the NXT belt.
Was it? Was it the Diva
Hold
belt?
on,
Okay, then I'm all right. Then I'm all right with it.
Let me double check.
If it's the Diva belt, then I'm less offended.
I feel like
You may be, but the person
I feel like
that had
I
to
just
hold
got a
it
pass,
after
but she
her.
didn't even say anything about me.
I think it was the
Actually,
NXT title
it
belt.
is. Yes,
It's the
NXT because
belt,
you don't
because
see the
I
stupid
remember,
wings.
Yes, I remember it's the NXT women's title belt because somebody said Asuka needs to, get that shit dry cleaned or something.
Yep.
Anyway.
Well, on that note,
Asuka doesn't have to carry it anymore, so.
Exactly. She has a new belt. First segment of Smackdown. Jinder Mahal comes out with his crew. They have the Punjabi prison all built up around the ring. They explain the rules of the Punjabi prison, which is that whenever somebody's in the ring, they can call for a door to be open. It is open for 60 seconds, and then it's closed and is never opened again.
Yep.
Randy Orton then comes out, essentially tells him that this match is a stupid idea because you've literally cut off your only help because the Singh brothers won't be able to reach you in there. You are being locked in a cage with me, not the other way around. He then climbs the outer part of the second cage and says, "This is the view you're going to see." Does his Randy Orton pose. End of segment. Gentlemen?
Why is he called a Viper?
Why is he climbing the Punjabi prison for apparently no reason? Also, how stupid are you to, straddle the fucking thing all the way to the top just to do your stupid little pose? The entire time, I was like, fall. Am I terrible for that?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
No, yes, because Vince McMahon loves Randy Orton, and you cannot go against Vince McMahon's word because Vince McMahon tells you what you like.
Well, I'm not even sure why the Punjabi prison is set up where it has, because it only has those doors on the inner cage. There's 2 cages. It only has those doors on the inner cage. I don't understand why it has those, because it still requires you to scale a cage. And what's probably going to end up happening is that they're going to call for a door to be opened. One of them will call for a door to be opened, and they won't be able to get out of it. And then they'll have to climb both cages. And what happened with Batista, the last Punjabi prison match that I saw, is that, one will be further ahead than the other. He will have climbed up one and down it, and then start climbing the other one. The other combatant will be so far behind that he'll do the little Spider-Man leap from one cage to another to try and beat the other one.
I would do that to begin with.
The only thing is, are either of them athletic enough to do that?
I think Randy is.
What are you talking about? Jinder Mahal has steroid powers.
Wait, are you telling
the juice
me,
is strong.
Are you telling me he's on the gas?
I know he's so.
He is
used-
not
I know
on the
it's-
gas, sir. He is on the juice. There's a complete
It's
difference.
Oh, he
it's
has
so
gas. I'm
super
sorry.
surprising that he's on the juice. He totally doesn't look like he's on the juice.
He
I
wheezes
hope
the
everybody.
juice, man.
I hope everybody realizes how sarcastic I'm being, because you can totally fucking tell he's on the juice.
You're lying.
You're just mad because you can't wheeze the juice just like
Exactly, I am. I'm just mad.
No, you're mad that you're not a Maharaja like.
I
John
am.
Jimmy
I am
Mahal.
mad
No,
that
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
a
The
Maharaja.
modern day Maharaja.
Maharaj.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
Maharaja.
totally mad about that, and the fact that I don't have veins that sit above my muscles, like about an inch and a half.
Veins above his veins.
You don't have veins on top of your veins?
Exactly. I'm so jealous of that.
And you don't have a beard either.
And that, I have saggy stretch marks on my
And you
boobs.
also-
I'm sad that I don't have that.
Okay, can we continue after that note?
He
just killed the
does!
entire-
He fucking does!
You just
It
killed
looks
the entire
so
thing.
ugly.
Ladies
I
and
made it
gentlemen,
weird,
I did
but
not
it needed
approve
to
of
be-
that comment.
It needed to be said.
No,
He
it wasn't.
has
Say anything.
saggy stretch marks boobs. He does.
There is no need to go into that type of detail.
I'm just saying he does. And now you'll never be able to unsee it.
To the next segment, please. This
Next
show
segment.
has fucking gone off the rails, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yeah, that's just the nature of the show. Wait, I go off the
Scientist
rails.
meeting
It's
next
completely
week.
uncalled for. You guys go off the rails. Fucking fine.
It's my show. It's my show.
I'm running this goddamn show. This is my show that just happens to be on your channel.
You can go
Turn the
die
game.
now. You can die. And die. Make sure it's
But then you
slow.
won't know what happens next, which is that Jimmy Uso with Jey Uso faces Kofi Kingston with the rest of the New Day. Jimmy Uso wins when Kofi Kingston does a crossbody and he's able to roll him over for the pin.
All right.
No comment.
No comment either, because honestly, don't care.
All right then. Next segment. Shane is backstage. He has all 5 women for the Fatal 5-Way at Battleground to determine who's going to be Naomi's number 1 contender. And they are all arguing as to who is going to have a match tonight. Everybody, for whatever reason, wants to fight Lana, and then Tamina says nobody's going to fight Lana. And then it ends up, Natalya ends up suggesting that Charlotte and Becky have a match. Charlotte says, but people want competition, kind of like doing a heel type thing, which, then cements the fact that they're going to have a match tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Is Charlotte going to have a heel turn? Probably. That's my only comment.
No
Not
comment.
tonight, but eventually.
Honestly, I don't think she's gonna have a heel turn, because she's neither like really heel or face right now. So
Well, her and Becky are best friends, except she's still kind of doing the queen thing, and she kind of knocks on Becky. But whatever.
yeah.
It's a bunch of
Next
women.
segment. This will continue our conversation we had about Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan. Oh God, now I forget her name off the top of my head. Renee Young. Renee Young does an interview with Chad Gable talking about his, American Alpha, ex-American Alpha partner being Kurt Angle's love baby, and what then happens to Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Chad Gable can do on his own. I feel like he needs to bring back the Ready, Willing, and Gable thing that he used to do in NXT. I'm not happy about American Alpha being broken up, but, I also at the same time feel like it gives Chad Gable and Jason Jordan to an extent room to grow.
Yeah,
To a certain point.
if they're going to allow Chad Gable to grow,
If they're going to allow him to grow.
his size is always going to play a factor. I mean, I'm just even shocked they're giving Finn Balor any confidence whatsoever. But that, you know what? That doesn't shock me for one reason. It's the same reason with Kevin Owens. They are Triple H's boys. They're not just guys that Triple H like brought into NXT. They're his boys. Like those are guys that from what I understand, Triple H will argue to Vince to push no matter how fucking stubborn Vince is. He's gonna be like, fuck it, these are my guys. I'm gonna protect them at all costs.
And that's why I'm excited. I want to see what Chad Gable can do outside of American Alpha, but I am sad that American Alpha is no more.
Well, I don't know if Chad Gable is a Triple H guy. We'll see in the coming weeks. But
we'll see.
If AJ Styles' compliment gets him some sort of praise, I hope to God they do something with him. Because yes, him.
They did push that in the interview that he just he had that match with AJ Styles.
We'll see.
Yes. I'm definitely hoping we get something out of Chad Gable because, I mean, the man can wrestle, he can work in the ring and do everything. However, I'm afraid of what's going to happen because, I mean, he doesn't have much of a personality to talk on the mic, so.
I don't know. I'm just, if you'll excuse my pun, I am ready, willing, and Gable to give him a chance.
Oh, I've been more than ready, willing, and Gable for this, but you know what? It's something that's going to have to definitely get some work, but I'm afraid with everything's going on unless something happens with the U.S. title picture and they drop it down to somebody lower, because honestly, Chad Gable as U.S. title holder, that would be fucking awesome.
Dude, that's a storyline right there. He's an Olympian. The storyline writes itself of him being the U.S. champion.
Exactly. So, that's my little take. Yeah. Next segment.
Next segment we have Mike and Maria coming out doing their fucking awful gimmick, and then Mike has a match with Sami Zayn.
Why? Why is it awful?
I fucking hate their gimmicks so much.
No, hold on.
You're just not feeling the power of the love.
Yeah,
I am not. I fucking hate this gimmick so much.
Anna, my girlfriend, hates them too. And I just keep asking her, why?
You say I've met your girlfriend. I guess I've talked to her maybe once or twice.
Yes.
We're just, like, I get her. Because we hate and love the same things.
Listen. They are in love, okay?
I hate them so much.
When you are in love...
He has her in a bikini on his tights.
Yeah?
I can't. My vagina can't. I can't handle this.
Do we need to know about what's going on down there in your nether region?
I can't handle it. It's just so stupid. It's so dumb.
If Rick Rude can have Jake Roberts' wife painted on his tights in the crotch area, there is nothing wrong with Mike Kanellis. Yes, it is not Mike Bennett.
Wrong.
It is Mike Kanellis. He's just expressing his love to his woman.
I hate this gimmick so much.
You know what? Alter the bet to the point where she's got to watch Mike Kanellis matches on repeat if she loses that bet.
That's cruel and unusual punishment.
Well, you know what's also cruel and unusual? Your hatred for the Broken Brilliance.
I don't hate them. I'm just like, whatever about that gimmick. I hate this gimmick.
Same shit.
I hate this gimmick so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's just bitter because she just can't appreciate the fact that they found love.
I hate them so much. Their gimmick is working too well on me because I fucking hate it. How is this guy going to be in a world title picture with this fucking gimmick?
Ma'am, maybe the gimmick is not meant for a world title.
Exactly!
So, what's the problem if it's not meant for it?
I don't know. I fucking hate the gimmick.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's just bitter. She's jealous of Maria.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am
Exactly.
not.
The ones that deny it usually are really.
Most of the time, that's exactly what it is.
Fuck you guys.
Now defensive.
Exactly. See, so obviously there's something wrong.
I know. Next.
Fuck you guys. This segment is stupid. Moving on. Mike wins, by the way.
Oh, thanks for spoiling for me.
Sorry.
Not like you were gonna watch it.
Be honest, I kind of skipped through it.
Maria uses herself as a shield, and it allows him to do his finisher, which is really close to the AA or the attitude adjustment or whatever the fuck whatever John Cena's calling it nowadays. It seems really close to that, but whatever.
Yeah, and that got what's his face, Tyler Rex, in trouble because.
Speaking of John Cena, he is up next. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you two. I fast
What? You're not
forwarded
gonna lie
through
to
this.
us?
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie to you two about this. I fast forwarded through this segment.
So did I.
I'll just
By
say
fast forward, I turned my TV off.
the only thing I remember seeing, because it was a typical John Cena promo, it was blah, 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 9/11, blah, 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 USA, blah, 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 Rusev, champ is here, never give up, always persevere. Then he gets put in the camel clutch.
Yep. That was that segment.
Oh, and he had a vein that popped. Figured I'd let you know about that.
Oh, okay.
You were very intrigued by Jinder Mahal, so I figured you wanted to hear about John Cena's.
Next segment is a backstage segment with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. They're talking about their upcoming tag match that night. AJ's goes to try and do the face thing of being like, man, all the things I love about being in Japan, or blah, blah, blah. And Shinsuke just looks at the U.S. title and says, essentially, I'm coming for that U.S. title. And that was that segment.
Yes.
Yep. And
I felt it was real awkward, but
I hope they
I didn't
save
hate
this
it.
for Mania, not for SummerSlam, because I want to see this in a big.
Who do you want to turn heel, Shinsuke or AJ?
AJ.
That's the easiest way to do it.
AJ did very well as a heel last year. That it scared me to know that this guy, who's never really that great on the mic, did an excellent job as a heel. He was fucking amazing. And it shows why he is, without a doubt, one of the greatest performers of all time.
I agree.
Yes, same.
Anyways.
Next match, we have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte.
Hey.
With Natalya on commentary. It was a very face-to-face kind of thing. They shook hands before, and they, it was very face versus face. At the end of the match, Tamina and Lana came out, and then Natalya came back from commentary. There was a huge 5-woman brawl at the end. Tamina kind of protected Lana the whole time, so I assume it's going to be like she's going to look out for her or whatever. I'm not sure how I feel about all of that. I feel like the SmackDown Women's division is the better of these two main roster divisions, but I feel like right now it's floundering a bit. They are missing a really good top heel. There's this void that's been left since Alexa Bliss moved to Raw, that they don't really have a really good top women's heel.
Well, they're getting close with Carmella.
They're getting very close, but I wouldn't put her on the same level as Alexa Bliss.
Well, not now, but if you give her time, she probably could be.
But Carmella's not in this fatal 5-way match for the number one contendership.
Well, no, she's.
I assume it's because she has money in the bank, but so.
Well, I'm just saying they're both great heels in their own way. Like Alexa Bliss is more of just a snotty little bitch. That's her gimmick.
Yep.
And Carmella's just more of a whiny little bitch.
She's kind of entitled, like self-entitled, that kind of thing.
Definitely, and I think she does it fucking amazingly. And
I feel like she needs more time because I feel like SmackDown is missing that top heel, and they're just not giving her the time to fill that role.
Give her time. You know what? It's a travesty because if you remember when Lana first came in with Rusev, the thing that made Lana so great was that she was not a pushover. She may not wrestle or she wouldn't fight, but she was not a pushover. If you fucking went into her face and said so-and-so, she was going to get right back into your face and be like, I'm going to get Rusev to crush you type of deal. She was very domineering in a way.
She's definitely missing that now that she's actually wrestling on the roster.
They need to bring that back so badly because that's what made Lana so great.
She needs to come out with, like, her hair pinned up and everything and, like, you know, what she was doing with Rusev kind of thing. I don't know what you dress her in the equivalent of that, but she seems a little like Vanna White, showgirly, like, and it's just not helping, and she looks helpless. And the fact that Naomi's beaten her now 3 times in quicker and quicker matches hasn't helped that either.
Nope.
Yes.
Lana needs some work. I think the SmackDown women's division.
Lana needs a lot of work.
Well, I think the SmackDown women's roster in general needs some work, but they're still doing a lot better than Raw because even as shaky as it is right now, they still find a way to showcase all the women that they have. Like, you remember who is all on, for the most part, the SmackDown women's roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember everyone that's on the Raw women's roster other than Becky, Sasha, Alexa, and Naomi.
Mm-hmm. Now, can we talk about something really important here?
Sure.
The fact that hopefully by this Sunday we'll be finding out who's been attacking Breezango.
We're not to that segment
yet? Oh, okay.
No. There's a segment in between, but it'll go real quick. We don't have much to talk about. Okay. Naomi has a segment backstage with Renee, and you know, I would like to tell you what happened in that segment, but my DVR decided to spaz out and say, "Fuck Naomi."
So hold on. Your DVR decided to spaz out because it was a Naomi segment.
Yes, that is the wording I'm choosing to use.
I see, says the blind man.
I don't know how I feel about Naomi's Glow title and this bit coming from a person who likes Naomi's gimmick. I'm not a fan of the Glow title.
It pains me so much.
It reminds me a lot of John Cena's spinner belt. And what I feel like the Glow title represents is the fact that she's going to have the title for a little while. And I don't like that idea that I feel that way. That
she's going to have the title for a while? Because I feel the same.
The fact that it's almost telegraphing that she's going to have the title. When somebody gets, like, a title like that, it kind of shows for WWE that they're going to have the title a while. And I don't like knowing that. Does that make any sense?
That wouldn't necessarily happen because Edge had his own rated R title when he was feuding with Cena, and he never had it long.
That's true.
I mean, but John had the spinner belt, and see how long that lasted.
I don't know. We'll see.
Now we can talk about the fashion. We can talk about the fashion police segment.
Any speculations on who it is?
I have no idea. I assume they're bringing up somebody new.
Authors of Pain?
I don't feel like it's going to be Authors of Pain because I don't see Authors of Pain wanting to be involved with a silly gimmick like this.
Maybe they won't, but WWE might.
Yeah. Monoxide, thoughts? Who do you think it is?
I'm trying to think of all the NXT tag teams on the roster. Because all the teams they're pretty much up there. Like Revival, DIY is pretty much broken up. Because I'm assuming it's a team.
Some people thinking Harper and Rowan.
How interesting would it be if it wasn't a team?
But if it's
if it was just if it was a single dude, and then later they find him, like he has individual matches with them, and then later on they can find him some sort of partner.
That, or they might be bringing back a old tag team.
Like,
I mean, we can hope it would be like Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
That would be silly enough to do.
Or if they really want to make the big money on capitalizing on this, Crime Time.
That ain't happening.
Brooklyn. Yo, it's Crime Time.
Would that not fit, though?
It would perfectly fit. Even for a night, or like a month or
One
something,
night.
or whatever. I would die, and I would be okay with it.
Every time I think of Crime Time now.
But the thing is, because I think it was like a couple months ago, I remember seeing something with no, it was last year or something that JTG and Shaq, what you call it?
Chad Gaspar.
Chad, Shad or whatever his name is.
Chad Gaspar was his name.
Yeah, Chad. He stopped a freaking what was it, like a gas station robbery or something? Yeah. And they were talking to him, and TMZ talked to him, and they actually asked him, "Hey, are you all going back into wrestling or anything like that?" And JTG said, "We're working out, we're hanging out together because we are trying to do something and get back into it and stuff like that." So, hey, you never fucking know.
Wow, if they came back to WWE, though, wouldn't they be so shocked that the Usos have stolen their gimmick?
Yeah, pretty much. But WWE recycles gimmicks, you know that.
No.
Every time I think of Crime Time now, other than the fact that they're my go-to for the most popular tag team who never won a tag title kind of thing. I think of WrestleMania in Arizona, where we walk into, do you remember whose sandwich shop it was, Monoxide?
Armando Alejandro Estrada.
That's right.
Hold on, one more time.
Armando Alejandro Estrada.
We walk into his
All right.
sandwich shop that has sandwiches named after wrestlers and shit.
Did you get Chris Jericho?
I don't remember what I got. But we were, out on the front patio being dumb wrestling fans. There was, in fact, a entire fake wrestling match that happened between two of our friends that 50% of it was taunting. Like doing the edge taunt from the fake ring corners.
So?
It doesn't matter. We saw Kofi Kingston in there, and everyone was excited when we run up and we're trying to get pictures with Kofi Kingston. Our friend who online was known as Master Boo Boo, his name is John. Actually, Kofi Kingston knew him well enough because he was kind of infamous for being the punk kid who hated CM Punk so much. Kofi takes his cell phone out, takes a picture with our friend, and everyone fucking ignores JTG, who's sitting there because no one fucking recognizes him.
Oh, poor JTG.
I feel bad to this day.
Well, how did no one recognize him, but he was there?
No, he was right across from Kofi Kingston. Nobody recognized him. He didn't have the cornrows. And apparently that is his only distinguishing feature.
Well, then how you know it was him if nobody knew he was there?
was it MB who finally was like, yeah, that's JTG. Like, one of the people in our group finally, like, told the rest of the group, yeah, JTG was there, too. He was right across from Kofi Kingston.
And he failed to mention that to anybody.
Monoxide would have to correct me if I'm wrong, but there was somebody in the group that mentioned as we were leaving.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but yes, it was brought up.
He was drunk and high.
He was not, no. Monoxide was straight edge at that point.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that shit. And then one day, somebody handed me a joint, and I smoked it, and it was awesome. It's their fault.
Monoxide was straight edge at that point. We couldn't take him into bars because he would do this this amazing gimmick where he would tell people how awful they were about when they drank.
I would walk into a bar and be like, yes, I am here to save you, my brethrens.
And, you know, a couple of us would hide our faces like we're not with him.
And then they would be like, get this asshole out of here. We know you.
Which is exactly why we were like, we're not with him.
Okay, like, what was the last segment?
Last segment of the night, unless you guys want to talk about more Fashion Files.
Well, this show has gone on for so long. Let's get this wrapped up.
Okay, let's wrap it up. We're only 2 hours in.
Only
fine.
2? Why don't we go for another 2?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
Last segment of the night, AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin tries to attack Shinsuke Nakamura before the match even starts while he's doing his entrance. Shinsuke is able to fight him off. Owens runs out, tries to assist his tag team partner. AJ Styles runs in to assist his tag team partner. The match actually starts. Kevin Owens is able to get the pin and the win for his team.
All right.
And that was that.
That was that. You have no opinions on that.
That was that.
Monoxide's just done.
Thing.
He's just done with this show.
Yes. I mean, we could talk after the mics have been turned off. But goddamn, this show's been on for 2 hours.
And
why is that shocking to you?
Because we're talking about shitty wrestling. That's why.
Yes.
But this show, even before this incarnation of this show, let's just say this show has spanned through every show that any podcast that Monoxide's ever done. Why is this shocking to you? We always get off track. We always go way off topic and end up talking for 3 hours about something that clearly doesn't need that long to be talked about.
You want to know why? Because we are a few years later into it and we still can't get it fucking right.
Nope, we can't.
But there's still people who listen this far.
That's true.
About
Phoenix being one of them.
Yep, Spaz Phoenix. Hi, Spaz. By the way,
Really?
Yeah, I know, amazing.
Yeah,
Guapo
and
if you're still this far, Guapo and I are going to be on Spaz Phoenix's show, youtube.com/Spaz Phoenix, doing our predictions on Battleground. Go join. It's a lot of fun. We totally rip off a Taz show thing where we try and rate how sure we are that a match is going to go the way we predicted. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yep.
And I never win. I never even come close.
I won the first time. Never again.
I do good for about 2 matches, and then some shit happens. The best I ever did was an NXT where I hadn't watched any NXT, had no idea what was going on, and I got every match right.
And
I didn't.
Then your streak ended.
Yep, and then it was downhill from there.
Sounds about right.
You should join Monoxide. It's fun.
Yeah, just invite me, and I will do so. Now,
Maybe we will.
With that, we gotta go fuck off. So have a good day.
If you want to, if you want to follow me, Twitter,
links,
Black Cat Feline.
The links will be down below.
Will they? Will they?
Links will be down below in the doobie-loo. I'm Senor de Guapo. She is Kristen, the Black Cat Feline. He's Monoxide, and this has been the Squared Circle Breakdown.
Yeah.
Adios.